constructed according to a fantastic plan. If we talk about our eyes, our brain, our ears, the animals, the trees, the plants, how they all exist in this symbiotic relationship, each one relying upon the other, you will see what a beautiful, balanced mechanism that we live in. How do we explain this? We have to ask some questions. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Did it come from nothing? Now you see, we talk about universal principles. You see, all human beings, all of us everywhere, we understand certain things. We have a shared set of principles we all understand. Yes? For example, it doesn't matter where you go to Turkey, to Lebanon, to England, to Australia, to the South Pole, North Pole, wherever you go, and you ask a human being, is part of something less than the whole of that thing? Is a part of something less than the whole? Is a part of this sponge on the microphone, is one part of it less than the whole of it? You'll all say yes, this small part of it is less than the whole of it. We all agree. Every human being. There are some things we all agree on. One of the things we agree on, if we ask someone, do you find something coming from nothing? Do you find something coming from nothing? We say we don't find that. We don't find something just coming from nothing. Do you find order spontaneously arising from chaos? You say no. If I see some order, I know someone or something has imposed order on it. That's why I can take out the most simple thing. You know what's a simple thing? Is a key. Look, a very simple thing. A key. So simple. Really? But there's not one of us who will think that this came from nowhere. From chance and coincidence. We know someone made it. Someone constructed it. For a purpose. We know that. We know that we don't get something coming from nothing. In fact, when we look in this mosque, subhanAllah, what a beautiful example. We are amazed at the ability of the artist to paint these beautiful geometric designs on the ceiling and around the mosque. And the more beautiful and the more intricate and the more difficult the architecture, the more we are amazed at the ability of those people. Yes? So these things tell us something about the ones who made it. This is what we know from our human experience. So when we ask the question, in fact, Allah asks the question in the Quran about this, the universe, about ourselves. Did it come from nothing? Human beings, we know that you don't get something coming from nothing. You know why, my brothers and sisters? Atheism is the most irrational. It is the most irrational of all beliefs. Because it is expecting us to believe something that no human being has ever experienced. There is nothing in the whole totality of human experience to lead us to believe that something comes from nothing. Let alone the beautiful order that we find in this universe. So then we ask another question. Did this universe create itself? Did it create itself? How could it create itself? Because if it did not exist in the first place, how could it bring itself into existence? And the universe is what? A collection of stars and galaxies and planets. And we do not say that the stars and galaxies and planets have the ability to organize. They need something to organize them. So it could not have created itself. Are we the creators of it? No. Because we ourselves need a creator. We ourselves need a creator. So what is the answer? The answer is that there must be one who has created this universe and brought it into existence. And there could not be two of such gods. Because otherwise you will not find order, you will find chaos. So my brothers and sisters, you see that the first thing Islam is teaching us is something about God. But that is not all. Because we can understand that Allah, this God, His nature must be different from the creation. The Creator must be different from the creation. The Creator must be different from the creation. Why? Because if Allah or the Creator was the same as the creation, then Allah would need a Creator. He would need a Creator. He would need something to order Him and to bring Him into existence and so on and so forth. So we understand that the Creator must be different. This creation is temporary. It has a beginning, it has an end. Allah is eternal. He has no beginning and no end. He is the first before whom there was none, and He is the last after whom there is none. This universe is needy. It needs Allah to sustain it. It needs Allah to make it exist and keep on existing. But Allah is Al-Hayyul Qayyum. He is the living, He is the self-subsisting. He is As-Samad. He is As-Samad. He is the one upon whom all things depend, and He depends upon nothing. All of this, my brothers and sisters, we could understand with our minds, without even opening a book. Which religion teaches you this about God? Which religion teaches you that there is one God who is different from and separate from the creation, who brought it into existence, and everything depends upon Him? And this creation, there is nothing in this creation that is like God. There is nothing in this creation which shares the qualities of God. Which religion teaches that? Look, Hinduism. What does Hinduism teach you? Hinduism teaches you, essentially, that this universe is God. Between the creation and the Creator, there is no difference. The rat is God, the dog is God, the elephant is God, I am God, you are God, the stone is God, everything is God. This is what they teach, yes. God is everywhere in everything, and everything is God. This is what they teach. That's why they worship everything. They worship everything. You know when they put the ash on their head? You know what that's from? It is from the dung of the cow. Yes. And if you go to India, you will see themselves cleaning themselves. Because they think it's holy. Yes. And this is why some of them, they call themselves, some of the yogis, they say they are God. Because God is in you and God is in me, but God is more in me than He's in you. Yes, so worship me because I'm more of God than you. This is what they say. But we know from these principles that this is false. God is not the creation, nor is God in the creation. That Allah, God, the one, He is separate and different from it. Christianity teaches that Allah became a man. Allah, God, who is As-Samad, He is Al-Hayy Al-Qayyum, He is Al-Awwal, He is the first and the last. They tell us that this one, Allah, He became a man and died on the cross. So He was born of a woman, He was a little baby, He suckled on the breast, He got bigger and bigger and bigger. He walked and breathed and ate food, and then they say they put Him on a cross and He died. God died. This is what they say. So they say God is a man who died. This does not agree with the reason, with the fitrah. It does not agree with these principles. This, you cannot prove it. Because you are asking people to believe two opposite things. That the eternal is temporary, that the everlasting died, that the self-sufficient had needs. It's impossible. Two contradictory things. This cannot be true. So all religions that teach these things, we find that if you look in all the religions, you will find, and all the books, you will only find really in reality one religion, one book that teaches this pure belief of Tawheed, and that is the Quran, and that is Islam. And that, my brothers and sisters, is really the strongest proof. Because if you can make people understand that, have sincerity, then they will believe on this.